Hello learners, welcome back. In the previous video, we are discussing about principles of insurance. In that, have discussed since principles of indemnity. I am discussing about the principles of indemnity. As I discussed in the previous video, principles of indemnity is about insurer will compensate only the actual financial loss suffered by the insured person, not more than that. In simple, it is impossible to an insured person to get profit over an insurance contract. Only he can restore his financial position. So, in property insurance, the insurer will reimburse the repair cost. The insurer will reimburse the repair cost or the market value of that property. So, either the repair cost or the market value of that property it depends on the policy form. What policy will say depends on that. The insurer will provide either the repair amount or the market value, not more than that. In case of an accident, motor insurance will compensate the cost of repairing or the value of vehicle to replace that vehicle, not more than that. So, not more than that means here he will get, means insured person will get only the actual loss amount or the market value amount, not more than that, means here it is difficult to get the profit. Here we have exceptions. So, exceptions we have related to the life insurance. So, a contract of life insurance is not a contract of indemnity. Here mainly the contract of life insurance and the personal accident insurance. Life insurance and personal accident insurance both. So, that too not included under contract of indemnity. Why? Because in case of life insurance and in case of life, there is no question of actual loss. It is impossible to measure the value of a life. That is why here there is no question of actual loss. Whether the insured person suffered the financial loss or not, the assured must pay the policy amount. And there is one more concept that we can add in the contract of indemnity. Here in life insurance, there is one concept called as maturity date. There is not there in case of general insurance contract, but in case of life insurance, there is a concept called as maturity date. That person will get that amount on the date of maturity. On the date of maturity. So, that is why here the life insurance is not included under the contract of indemnity. Next thing we have principles of subrogation. So, what does it mean, principles subrogation? So, here the insured person should transfer all the rights and remedies to the insurer. Here the insured person should transfer all the rights and remedies to the insurer after any risk or damage or the loss. If any uncertainty happened, immediately after that insured person should transfer all the rights and remedies. So, means after the insured has been compensated for a loss, the insured gains a right to claim any compensation from third party. Means if there is a accident happened, the problem is with the third party, not with the insured party. On that time, the insurance company will provide the compensation to the insured person, then it will claim from the third party. It will get the compensation from the third party. So, here that insured person is not allowed to get the profit from same loss. Once the insurance company will provide the compensation, then he is not allowed to get any type of compensation from the third party. So, example given here, if a car damaged in an accident, the insured person will get the compensation. Means insurer will provide the compensation to the insured person. The insurer can seek compensation from the person responsible for the accident. Here he will get that compensation who is responsible, means that from that third party. Here we will use one word that steps into the shoes. Here steps into the shoes of insured person. Here he will share all the rights and remedies to the insured person. The term subrogation in simple, as I said, we can explain transfer of all rights and remedies. So, here few examples that we have. When an insured motor vehicle is damaged owing the negligence of third party, against whom the insurer therefore claim and endeavor to recover cost of repairs filed by the under the policy. Here insurer will claim. And a private car may be damaged in a collision caused by the rash and negligent driving of a truck. The private car owner's right recovery against truck owner is transferred insurer who has indemnified the loss. So here that right will be transferred to whom? That right will be transferred to the insurer, not to the insured. Here insured doesn't have any right to get the compensation from that party. Here the insurer has the right to get the compensation. Then the next principle we have, that the principles of contribution. Principles of contribution, this principle will be available when there is more than one insurance policy, means double or multiple insurance policy, especially in case of general insurance contract. When one insured person taken two or more than two insurance policy at the time of uncertainty, what about the compensation? Whether he is eligible to get the compensation from both insurance company or not. So this is the thing related to the contribution. If such case appear, if such cases come in front of the insurance company, on that time that particular insured person will not get double insurance. Here the insurance company will give the proportionate amount. The insurance company will the proportionate amount based on the coverage. If one person taken 1 lakh insurance from both company, 1 lakh and 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and at the time of uncertainty the loss amount is just 1 lakh. On that time both insurance company will give proportionate amount, only the proportionate amount, not the full amount. So if a person insures his house with two insurance company for fire damage and the house destroyed by the fire, both insurance will company contribute portion of the claim amount. Then principles of loss minimization that we have. So here if any incident taken place, on that time insured person should try to minimize that loss. Insured person should try to minimize loss that, and before that insured person should take precautions to reduce the loss, and after that if any incident taken place, and that time that person should take some actions to reduce that loss or to minimize that loss. So if fire starts, insured should take the steps like calling a fire station, and they can try any another way to reduce that losses. So these are both the principles of loss minimization. Then principles of proximate cause. So here if there is a series of losses, insurance company will consider the nearest cause. The insurance company will consider the nearest cause, or if there is any problem with that, means in insurance we have the concept of insured peril. Insured peril means causes. If it is not included in that insurance contract, on that time insured person is not eligible to get the insurance policy. If there is series of causes, series of peril, on that time insurance company will consider the nearest cause. So these are the principles of insurance contract. So to fair, transparent and legally compliant relationship with the insurer and the insured, there will be a requirement of this principle while we are taking an insurance policy, and while insurers providing an insurance policy, both parties should know about all these 7 basic principles along with the other requirements of the insurance policy. All this about the insurance policy and the principles of insurance. So thank you.